What's good, gun family? Urban Gun Reviews, and today on the channel I'm going to be reviewing the Streamlight TLR X7 sub and the Streamlight TLR X7 non-sub model. Let's check it out. Now I got both of these on Amazon.com, and the ticket on the sub model was 190 bucks and the ticket on the non-sub model was 180 bucks. Oh, Lord. So these fit two different firearms. The sub model specifically fits Glock 43X models. So that's what this is for, and it will fit that firearm specifically. And then the non-sub model is for a variety of different firearms that you can use. Make sure that you check their website or whatever before you buy it, but it fits a whole wide range of different firearms. So I thought about reviewing these, and I was like, well, why review them separately when I could just do it all in one video and knock it out, because they're really similar. So instead of doing them separate, I just decided to combine the video and just do them together. Now let's talk about some of the features of these mounted weapon lights. I'll go over the sub model first, and then I'll do the non-sub model second. The sub model features 1000 lumen, 10,000 candela intensity, 200 meter beam distance, 1.5 hour max runtime, ambidextrous rear paddle switches, high and low options, IPX7 waterproof, 1 meter or 3 feet for up to 30 minutes, safe off feature, a rail grip, and a front loading battery. So let's talk about the features of the non-sub model. The non-sub model also has 1000 lumens. It has a 22,000 candela intensity, 200 meter beam distance, 1.5 hour max runtime, ambidextrous rear paddle switches, high and low options, IPX7 waterproof up to 1 meter or 3 feet for 30 minutes, safe off feature, rail grip, and the front loading battery. So what do both of these weapon lights come with? They both obviously come with the light. They both come with USB Type-C chargers. They both also come with a multi-tool, and the multi-tool is used to swap out your switches from the highs to lows or from lows to highs. They also come with an extra pair of switches, so they come with the high switches on, and then you can swap them out for the low switches. I put the low switches on both of my lights, and I'll show y'all that in a minute, but I put them the low switches on both of my models. The non-sub model comes with these inserts that go into here that fits different pistols. So this one comes with, I think, 4 or 5 different inserts that go in here to use with different pistols, to where the sub model only comes with this because it only fits one pistol. And of course, they both come with instruction manuals. So I keep these lights on 2 different pistols, obviously. The non-sub model I keep on my Echelon, my Springfield Echelon 4.0C, and the sub model goes for my Glock 43X MOS. As you can see on my Glock 43X, there's only one slot for a rail. So that's why this is proprietary basically for this. It fits in that one slot, to where the Echelon 4.0C has a 1913 pick rail where it has multiple different slots and positions that you can put your weapon light in. I keep these weapon lights on my pistols that I actually carry. My Glock 43X and my Echelon 4.0C are EDC options. I do use those and carry those firearms a lot of the time, and I keep these weapon lights on them. So I have holsters that are built for this specific light, these specific lights, and I have holsters that I might have to take these off with because I didn't get them with the weapon light option. But these are very similar. The biggest difference is probably the size and the fact that this the non-sub model fits more firearms, so it fits different firearms. So these are really convenient, and I'm gonna show you why they're convenient, because they have the rechargeable battery, and the rechargeable battery goes in the front. so you won't have to detach your light from your firearm. You can literally have your light on your firearm like this, and then you can just unscrew your top, which is your light, the actual light part of it. Unscrew that, and your battery comes out like this. They both have the same battery, so they have the same you know, capabilities and light features because they both have the same battery. So this is a rechargeable battery, and this is where you actually charge your battery. So you would just take your USB cable, stick it in there, plug it in another side, and then you will charge it. There's a light up here, and when it's charging, it'll be red. When it's fully charged, it'll be green. So really simple, and I like that feature because not that it's even a hassle, but the fact that you don't have to remove your weapons light from your firearm. You just unscrew that cap, unscrew the light, take the battery out, plug the battery in, and they charge fairly quick. I don't know the actual charge times, but I know they charge fairly quick, so it's not going to take all day to charge these weapon lights. As far as the weight goes for both of these lights, I don't feel like they're too heavy. A firearm is going to be a firearm, so the firearm is going to have weight to it anyway, but I don't feel like it's front heavy to where it like pulls my weapon down, which could throw off your shot or nothing. I don't feel like I have that problem with either one. With the sub model, like I said, it goes on same way, locks in there onto your, hold on, that was a little loose, locks in on your firearm like that. You're gonna screw the top if you need to choose to change the battery out and all of that good stuff. But I don't feel like this weapon light is heavy at all either. They both are fairly good weight for a carry pistol option. On the sub model, if you look, you can see that it says GL right there, and that stands for Glock. And the non-sub model does not have that on either side, so it doesn't say Glock, even though it can fit a Glock in a whole bunch of different pistols. But the sub actually says Glock because it's only for the Glock, and the non-sub doesn't say it because it fits other pistols. You can tell by looking at these that this is the sub model that's only for Glock because this fits that one slot on the Glock, and this right here is for the 1913 pick rails, so it goes down into those slots. So you can tell the difference in those if you just looked at them. If you're familiar with weapon lights and stuff like that, you can tell the difference just by looking at the top of them. Like I mentioned a little earlier in the video, I changed out the high weapon light switches and I put the lows on because I feel like the low ones are a little bit more low profile, and they're still easy to activate, you know, just like that they're on, just like that they're on. So they're really easy to operate, you know, even with the low switches on. The high switches wasn't a problem, but I just wanted to put the low ones on because I felt they were a little bit better fit wise for me. If you want to remove these, all you do is take your multi-tool, and you see it has that little punch part on it, and there's a pin right here, one pin. You just put your multi-tool in there, push it through, pop this off, and then put the other side, put the replacement part in, then use the multi-tool on the other side, push that side out, and then pull this one out, put the other one in. It's really simple. Take you like 2 seconds to do it, really like 2 minutes to do it. As far as brightness goes, these are really bright, 1,000 lumens. I'm not gonna turn off the lights and do any, you know, light test or anything because they're really bright. And in my opinion, for a weapon light, you want something that's going to be bright and blinding to the person that, or you know, thing that is possibly approaching you or trying to do harm to you. And these lights have that capability to be blinding and give you that blinding effect to where you can either escape or you can either, you know, be able to defend yourself a little better while whoever or whatever is being blinded by these lights. I think I mentioned earlier that I sometimes don't use the weapons light on my Glock 43X, and that's mainly because I have some holsters that don't accommodate a weapons light. And the weapons light is really not, it's not a necessity. It's just something that I like sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, you know what I mean, I don't really need it. Especially if you're a person that carries a little EDC pack on you, to where you might have a little flashlight, a little handy pocket flashlight or something like that. You might not need the weapons light if you carrying that flashlight. The weapons light does give you a tactical advantage in most situations. Sometimes I do believe it can give away your location, so you got to use your weapon light in the right situation. This you know what I mean, this gonna benefit you hopefully, and not give up your location and get you hurt. These weapon lights are pretty easy to install. It's really just loosening the left side. If it's you know, pointed that way, it loosen the little screw side, and then you you know, push it in a little bit. You will just loosen that side up. Then I'll turn on, loosen that side up right there, push it in a little bit, and then you can install it on your firearm. Really simple. Then you just tighten it down with whatever. I used a bullet before, I used a flathead screwdriver, I've used change before, so you can use a whole bunch of different things to actually tighten your light to your firearm rail. As far as the looks go, I think that they make your firearm look a lot better, to make it look tactical. You know, you get that look right there, so I do actually like the way that they look. I don't like to have a weapons light that's like super long and protruding from up under my firearm. So this right here is probably like the max length that I would want my light to protrude, because you know, you got to accommodate for that when you carry a firearm, so it's gonna stick out of your holster most likely, and things like that. So this is about the max that I want my weapons light to hang out from under my firearm, to where this is almost flush with my Radiant Ramjet and my Glock slide and frame. So it's about flush with that. So this right here is perfect. This isn't bad at all either, but this is like a perfect length for me because it's about the same length as the frame and the slide of my firearm. Shooting with these, I don't feel any different shooting with them. They're you know, you don't really notice them that they're there either. You know, I don't. So it's just like shooting the firearm normally. I don't notice that it's there, so I don't have an issue with shooting with my weapons light attached. There is a way for both of these flashlights to change the lumens. Now, when you first get them, they're gonna come at 1,000 lumens. Now, if you want to change that, the way to do it is, let me see if you can tell the difference. So this is 1,000 lumens, and then that's the 500. I don't know if you could tell the difference, but this is 1,000, this is 500. Okay, so in order to change it to the 500, and if you were at 500, change it back to 1,000, all you would do is you would take one of these sides, press it and hold it the whole time, and then while you're holding one side, the other side, you rapidly press it 9 times, and on the 10th time you hold it. And then when you hold it, it will change the brightness of your flashlight. So let me turn it on real quick and see if y'all can see it. Trying not to blind y'all in the process, but here we go. That's on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might have messed that one up. Hold on. Let me do it again. One, that's hold down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So y'all see that? You see how I flash like that? So now it's brighter. So now this is at the 1,000 lumens. And if you wanted to go from the 1,000 to the 500, you do the same process. If you were already on 500, you want to go from 500 to 1,000, you do that same process. Also, double clicking your light will put you in strobe mode. And there's a way to unlock it. It's the same way. I think once you unlock the 500, I think it unlocks the strobe mode as well, because when you get your light out the box, if you try that double tap, it's not going to go into strobe mode. So I think you got to do the same thing. I think once you unlock it with the hold it down one side and then do the 9 times, hold on the 10th, I think once you do that, it'll unlock strobe mode as well, to be able to use strobe mode on both of your lights. You see, I can do it on both lights. All right, hopefully ain't nobody had no seizure watching it. So do I think that the Streamlight TLR sub and the Streamlight TLR non-sub, this is a TLR 7 HL sub, hold on, I'm messing this up. This is the TLR 7 HL X Streamlight, and this is the TLR 7 HLX sub. All right.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But do I think that these are worth your money? And I would say yes. For me, the convenience factor being that it has a front load battery. You just pop it out, charge your battery like that. The ease to install these on your firearm. The switches, being able to change. If you don't like the high switches, you can go to the low switches. The strobe mode, the look of them, everything I like. Both of these weapon lights, and I recommend them, especially if you have a Glock 43X. I would recommend you get the sub, and if you have something else that's, you know, something bigger or something like that, I would definitely recommend the non-sub model. I think that they're both dope lights. They come with some nice features. They come with good attachments or good replacement parts and stuff like that. It's a solid light. They're both solid, and I don't think that you'll be disappointed if you got either one of these lights. But it's Urban Gun Reviews. If you like this review or you felt like you learned something from this review, let me know by clicking the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do that by clicking on my logo on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Also, after you do that, make sure that you hit the bell notifications so you can be notified anytime I upload any new content. Gun family, I need y'all to help me to beat that YouTube algorithm. So once you see this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, because all of those things help me to beat the YouTube algorithm, and that algorithm is a mother, you know. But if you want to follow me on all my social media sites, all of those links will be in the description. You can follow me on all my social medias, and we out to the next time, gun family. So stay blessed, stay strapped.